Welcome to the session Pump Up Your Jam for the 2021 Summer Camp. If you like what you are learning in this session, we would love for you to share with others. So tweet it out to Summer Camp. Today's session is being brought to you by two ITSs, Stephanie Billingsley and Lori Lind. In this session, we're going to cover a few things. First of all, we'll take a brief look at what is a Jamboard. Then, we'll look at some templates that you can use right away, and then how you could use that in your lessons. And finally, we'll give you plenty of time to play and explore with Jamboard. So just what is a Jamboard? Well, there's actually two versions of it. The first version is the actual hardware Jamboard, and this is what came out first. You can buy one of these. They cost you about $6,000. It's about $5,000 for the actual board, and you can hang it on the wall. Or you can get a stand for it, and that'll run you another $1,500. It acts very similar to what the big Jumbotrons, the IFPs that we have now in Round Rock. If you'd like to learn a little bit more information about the features of the hardware Jamboard, click on the icon that you see that represents the sound, and you can hear an audio clip about that. But we are going to not work on the hardware version, but we're going to work on the software version in this session. It's a much better price. It's free. And you already have it. It's in your Google Drive. It's now part of Drive. So we're going to take a look at the tools, the features of Jamboard, and see what you can do with it in the following slides. It's also an app, so it can run on your phone. It runs on both iOS and Android. And now it's time for you to do a little playing of your own. So if you'll watch this video, it's all about the tools that are in the Jamboard software. And if you watch it on YouTube, there are chapter divisions in the video. And so what I recommend you do is to watch the entire video to get an overview of everything. It's only about 7 minutes long. And then you can pause as you go along and play. But if you look at it on YouTube itself, you will notice, let me pause that, if you scroll down, that there are chapters. So if once you've watched it and you want to know, oh, what was that about, how do I do shapes, or how do I zoom, you can refer directly to the spot in the video that has that information. All right? Once you feel comfortable with the tools and you have played with them, we have an assignment for you. We would like for you to create a Jamboard in your Drive, and that's explained at the front of that video. The things that we would like in this Jamboard is just some sort of background, a text box, an image, a shape, a sticky note, and at least something drawn with one of the drawing tools. Once you get finished with that, and it doesn't have to be perfect, it's just to know that you did something. We would like for you to put a link to it and make sure you share it with people at Round Rock ISD, and insert a sticky note and put a link on that sticky note and just share it with us, please. And that is it for Activity 1.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Stephanie Billingsley, and I am the ITS at Spicewood Elementary. And what we're going to be looking at in this section is templates and how we can use those templates in Jamboard for our classroom. So you are going to try out a template, and I'm just going to walk through the templates and then come back to this slide. Okay, so what your activity, your playtime is to look through the templates provided on the following slides, 14 through 17, and then make a copy of one, play through it, what do you notice about it, and how might you use it or change it for your class. And so I'm just going to show you what those templates look like real quick and how you can make a copy. So this right here is an example of one of the Jamboard templates that is available through this link. So I'm going to open up these templates really quickly. And when you follow the link, it'll take you through different templates. So you've got a first grade collections, a couple of second grade collections, kinder. And so these would be different if you want to check it out. You could open it up and you could explore the different.
How do you create a Google Jamboard document? Well, it's easy. Go to Google Drive, click New, go down to More, and scroll down until you find Google Jamboard and click it, and a new document will be created for you. It comes up as untitled, but you can click on it and call it whatever it is that you want to call it. And there you go. We'll take a look at the tools and the features of Jamboard in the next video. The first tool allows you to draw on the screen, and there are several kinds of options. You have a pen, and it's just a fine stroke. You have a marker. Notice it's a little bolder stroke, it's a little bit thicker. You have the marker. I'll choose a different color. And again, it's even thicker than the last one, and it has a sort of a chiseled edge to it. And then finally, you have the paintbrush, and it is actually translucent, so you can see through it. And those are the 4 kinds of drawing tools. I'm afraid those are the only colors that you have. There's no other way to get any other colors at this time. The second tool in the toolbar on the left is the eraser, and you can erase any of the marks that you have made with the brush or the pen or the marker, and you just simply use it like an eraser. You cannot control the size of the eraser, unfortunately. That's all you have. The next tool, the third one, is the arrow, which is the select tool. You cannot select anything that you have drawn, but you can select other objects that you add onto the screen. The fourth tool is the sticky note. You can change the color of the sticky note, and you can type on it. And you click Save, and it adds it. You can continue adding more sticky notes and click Cancel when you're finished. Again, you can resize it, and we'll look at those options in just a moment. The next tool is being able to add an image. You can upload one from your computer. If you know the web address, you can paste it in the URL in this blank. You can take a picture with your camera, which would be a lot of fun for kids. I can think of some activities with that one. You can do a Google image search. So we can add one from our Google Drive or from our Google Photos. I'll add that one and click Insert. We have some shapes available. Not very many, but we have some basic shapes that you can add, and you just drag it out to however big you would like it to be. You can change the line color of it, and you can change the fill color of it. Again, you can resize it, you can rotate it, and we'll look at the text tool next. I click on text, and I click at the top, and I can resize my text. I can change the size of the text. I only have these to choose from. I can change the color of the text, and then I have some alignment options, whether to left, center, or right align it. The last tool is a temporary tool, and it's a laser, and it just allows you to highlight something temporarily, and then it goes away. So let me show you one other thing. If I was to use the select tool, and let's say I'm going to select this triangle, and let's say I wanted it behind the photograph for some reason, I could click on the three dots, go to order, and I could say send backward or send all the way to the back. I'm going to send it all the way to the back. And that way, then I can layer other things on top of it. As I drag things, let's say now I want this one to be on front of it. I can click on it, click on the little dots, order, and I'm going to bring it to the front. And so you see how you can order objects on your Jamboard? So you can do that with any of these the things that you drag out. You just cannot do that with what you actually draw on the screen. At the top, you have a couple more tools. You can zoom in and out depending upon the level of detail that you need. You can set a background, and it's got some ones that are pre-built, or you can customize it with your own background. So I'm going to pick that one and set as frame background. It may take a moment or two to load, and then I have that background. The background is nice because it's not movable, see? And so you can set something up and then the kids cannot move that, but they can move any other objects that you have added to the screen. So as we start looking at the templates in a few moments, that will help you to determine how, if you want to design your own Jamboard as to how you might do that. If you want to get rid of everything, you can use clear frame and everything goes away. The background will stay. And if you make a mistake accidentally, you can click the undo button and it will all come back. Once you get finished with this particular Jamboard frame, you can click at the top and start another one. You have the ability, just like you do in all other Google Docs, to rename, download as a PDF file or as an image. You can make a copy, you can get rid of it, you can also share it. And that's the Jamboard tools. To modify the frames, click at the top of the screen. See the tiny little arrow underneath the frame? If you click on that, it will show you all the frames that you have. If you'd like to duplicate one, simply click on the three little dots and click duplicate, and it puts one in. What do you think the plus signs are for? That's right, you can add in a frame. If you don't like it, there, you can move it, or you can simply delete it. And when you get finished with all your frame manipulation, you can just click the little arrow again.